Does this mic work? Alrighty, guys. So today is a pretty interesting day. I saw a movie on Netflix, and it made me start thinking about dog food nutrition. And I wanted to give you a little insight to what dog food nutrition is really all about. All right. Some do's, some don'ts, a lot of misconception when it comes to dog food in the dog training industry, or dog food industry, I mean. All right. So really, this is all about what am I really feeding my dog? That should be the title of what this is. So there are 5 main things you want to stay away from in every bag of dog food. Those 5 things are corn, wheat, soy, byproducts, and artificial coloring. 5. All right. Now, the reason why they're bad is because they're not digestible products. Dogs were never meant to eat those. They're never meant to have them in their diet. The reason why they came about was back in World War I, they needed the cans to stop, making dog food, because everything came in a can. It was all wet food back in the early 1900s to mid 1900s. So when they stopped using the cans because there was the metal shortage, and they said you can no longer use cans, so they started to dehydrate food, and that's where kibble came about around 1945. All right, keeping that in mind, dogs were never meant to have a kibble. They were actually meant to have an actual food. So those cans were no longer available for the dog food industry, and that's where this came about, with us actually using a kibble-based formula. Well, needless to say, we've kind of just stuck with that, and the misconceptions of what's in dog food it's so bad. I can't dive into it enough. This is not going to be long enough of a video for me to show you a lot of the misconceptions. All right. I will tell you this much, though. I mean, now that I sit here and ponder this, dogs should not be eating corn. Even though it's really high in antioxidants, it's actually good for dogs if it's cooked properly in small batches at low temperature. There's only one dog food company that I'm aware of that I know personally firsthand does it that way. Your dog should not have wheat. Your dog should not have soy. Those are undigestible products for dogs. What's a byproduct? Byproducts are things that are meant not for human consumption. So, I mean, it could be anything from hooves, beaks, feathers, skin, skull, you name it. And it's not going to be the good stuff. It's going to be all the other stuff that we don't eat. So when you get a chicken breast from the market, what do you think happens to the rest of the carcass? That's what we're talking about here. All right. Sorry, Floyd. He's getting angry. We're talking about eating birds. All right. So I have my little guy right back here. That's Murphy. And he's 9 years old, and he's a big cat. And cats have to have moisture in their diet. You cannot just feed a cat kibble. You can't. They'll develop urinary tracts. They'll develop all sorts of issues if you don't add moisture to their diet. It's kind of a staple that needs to be in cat food. Well, needless to say, it's kind of the way dog food is too. One of the biggest misconceptions of wet food and dog food is it's bad for their teeth. And I'm going to tell you, if you mix the dog food and wet food together, 50-50 for every feeding, your dog's teeth will be clean and shiny and sparkly, because the wet food will keep enough moisture in the dog's mouth that the dry food doesn't dry out and get embedded in their back molars. All right? It kind of makes sense if you think about it. Floyd's not going to shut up. He's going to keep blabbing away. So, needless to say, please do your own research. That's what I'm encouraging you to do. Do your own research and find out what's best for your dog. I can tell you what's best for mine, but I'm going to tell you it's not the same food that's going to be good for yours. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you, don't feed this food, don't feed that food. But I will tell you this much. Any food you find in a grocery store, any food you find in one of those big box stores, not a big box pet store, but a big box Target, Walmart, any of those big box stores are not going to be properly vetted for good nutrition. No matter what you think that bag says, it's not really saying what you think it is. All right? I'm going to tell you the word natural, really only 3% of the product in that food has to be natural. 3%. That's kind of disgusting if you think about it. All right? They're also allowed to add chemicals. They're allowed to add processing. They're allowed to add rendered fat. Is that still considered natural? No, it's not. All right? So let's think about this for a second. Do your research. All right? I'll be doing a whole series on dog food nutrition in the future. I just wanted to give you a little insight to what I'm finding out and what I've known for years, and I just cannot find the avenue to put it out there properly. So I'm going to do that here on this channel. Over the next couple of weeks, I'll put several different out there just for you guys so you get an idea of what we're talking about. I'm going to talk to some vets, and I'm going to talk to some filmography people, and you'll be kind of surprised. And at the end of the day, I want to educate you more than anything else. I want to educate you on what's best for your dog. All right. I'm sure I'm going to get some heat and some cash back. Some cash? Did I say cash? Did I really just say cash? I'm going to get some heat back for this. But at the end of the day, I want you guys to know exactly what we're talking about here. We're talking about dog food industry standards. All right. I'm talking about AFCO, the governing body that oversees dog food. There's issues there. I'm talking about FDA regulations of dog food. There's issues there. There's corruption there. We're going to have to dive super deep on this. All right? So it's going to take me a couple videos to get this going. So I'm just letting you know this is actually going to happen. So let's hold on tight, and we're going to have some fun over the next couple of weeks. All right, guys? Everyone have a great night. I will not be doing a live show this Sunday night. I have a thing I have to do, and it's family related, so I have to that takes precedence. I do apologize, but I will see you guys all next Saturday or next Sunday. I apologize. Next Sunday for live chat with Adam number 5. I can't believe we're already up to 5. Number 5. All right. I'll see you guys then. Go look at your dog's food. Find out what you're feeding them, and then leave me a comment below, and you'll be surprised. Hey, go walk your dogs. Everyone have a great weekend.